See, people treat being stuck like it is a life sentence, and it is not. It is a season. Every successful person you admire, every person you look up to, was stuck at some point too. They were broke, they were confused, they were crying in their car in a parking lot, wondering how they were going to make it. But they did not stay there. And that is the difference between people who win and people who stay stuck forever. I have been stuck before. I know what it feels like to wake up and wonder if anything is ever going to change. I know what it feels like to look at your bank account and see nothing. I know what it feels like to have a dream so big inside you that it physically hurts because you cannot figure out how to bring it to life. But let me tell you what I learned during those seasons. I learned that being stuck is not the same as being finished. Being stuck means you are in a holding pattern. It means something is being prepared for you. It means the ground beneath your feet is getting ready to shift. Don't you dare confuse a chapter with the whole book. You are not finished. God is not done writing your story yet. There are pages in your life that have not been written, and those pages are going to be the ones that make people cry when they hear your testimony. The chapter you are in right now might be dark. It might be painful. It might feel like it is never going to end. But chapters end. They always end. And a new one always begins. I think about all the people who gave up right before their breakthrough. They were so close they could have tasted it, but they let the weight of being stuck convince them that nothing was ever going to change. Do not be that person. You are closer than you think. Sometimes the darkest hour really is right before the dawn, and I know that sounds like a cliché, but clichés become clichés because they are true. Your breakthrough is not as far away as it feels. The layover is temporary, but the destination is permanent. Where you are going is so much bigger than where you are right now. So sit in that waiting room if you have to, but do not unpack your bags. Do not decorate the walls. Do not get comfortable in a place that was only meant to be a stop along the way. You are passing through the season, not settling in it. You have got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Nothing changes until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. You have got to reach that moment, that breaking point, where you look in the mirror and say, I refuse to live like this anymore. That moment is not a breakdown. That is a breakthrough waiting to happen. Some of you are right on the edge of it. Do not pull back now. When you get to that point where you are truly fed up, something magical happens. Your tolerance for mediocrity disappears. Things that used to be acceptable suddenly become unbearable. The job you used to tolerate starts suffocating you. The relationships that used to be good enough start feeling like chains. And that discomfort is not a bad thing. That discomfort is your soul telling you that you have outgrown your current situation. Most people never reach that breaking point because they have learned to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. They have normalized struggle. They have made peace with mediocrity, and society helps them do it. Society tells you to be grateful for what you have and stop wanting more. And yes, you should be grateful, absolutely. But gratitude and ambition are not enemies. You can be thankful for where you are and still be hungry for where you are going. The breaking point is a gift. I know it does not feel like it when you are in it. It feels like everything is falling apart. But sometimes things have to fall apart so they can fall together in the right way. Think about it like a building that has to be demolished before a better one can be built on the same ground. You are not falling apart. You are being restructured. You are being rebuilt from the foundation up, and that process is messy and painful, but it is necessary. So I am asking you right now whether you have reached that point yet. Have you looked at your life and said enough is enough? If you have not, then I need you to stop getting comfortable with crumbs when there is a whole feast waiting for you. You deserve more than surviving. You deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to thrive. And until you believe that deep in your bones, nothing around you is going to change. The change starts inside you. It always has. Stop telling everybody your dreams. I am serious about this one. Stop it. Everybody does not deserve to hear what God put in your heart. Some people, when you tell them your dream, do not want to help you build it. They want to talk you out of it. They want to shrink it down to a size that makes them comfortable. Your dream is supposed to scare other people. If it does not make somebody uncomfortable, it is not big enough. When you tell the wrong people your dreams, they plant seeds of doubt in your mind. They say things like, "Are you sure about that? And what if it does not work?" And nobody in our family has ever done that. And those words seem harmless, but they are like poison. They seep into your subconscious. And before you know it, you are second-guessing yourself. You are watering down your vision. You are shrinking your dream to fit into somebody else's understanding. Learn to move in silence. Let your results make the noise. There is something powerful about working on your dream quietly. When you are building in silence, nobody can interfere with the process. Nobody can speak negativity over what you are constructing. Nobody can project their fears and limitations onto your vision. Silence is not about being secretive. It is about being strategic. Some of the most successful people in the world learned to keep their mouths shut until it was time to reveal. They did not broadcast every move. They did not post every plan on social media. They worked. They grinded. They sacrificed in silence. And then one day they showed up and the world could not ignore them. That is the kind of energy I need you to have. Stop announcing and start building. Your dream is sacred. Treat it that way. Not everybody has earned the right to hear about your future. Share it with people who have proven they are for you. Share it with people who have their own dreams and understand the journey. Share it with people who pray for you, not prey on you. Be selective about who gets access to the deepest parts of your vision, because your dream is fragile in its early stages, and the wrong words from the wrong person can kill it before it even has a chance to breathe. Your environment is either feeding you or eating you alive. Look at where you are. Look at who you are around. Look at what you consume every single day. If your circle is not talking about growth, goals, and God, you are sitting at the wrong table. Pull up your chair, excuse yourself politely, and go find a table where the conversation matches your destination. You cannot fly with eagles if you are hanging in the chicken coop. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The conversations you have every day are programming your mind. The people you spend the most time with are influencing your thoughts, your habits, and your beliefs. If you are around 5 people who are broke and complaining, you are going to be the 6th. If you are around 5 people who are ambitious and growing, you are going to be the 6th. It is that simple, and it is that serious. I had to make some painful decisions about my circle. I had to walk away from people I loved because they were not going where I was going. And that does not mean they were bad people. It just means we were on different paths. You have got to understand that outgrowing people is a natural part of growth. Trees do not apologize for growing taller than the shrubs are, and they just keep reaching for the sun. You've got to keep reaching. And it is not just people. It is everything in your environment. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? What are you scrolling through at 2 in the morning? If you are filling your mind with negativity, gossip, and nonsense, you cannot expect positivity and progress to come out. Your mind is like soil, and whatever you plant in it is what is going to grow. Plant garbage and you get garbage. Plant purpose and you get purpose. Change your environment and watch your life change. Sometimes the breakthrough you are looking for is not a new strategy or a new plan. It is a new room. It is a new circle. It is a new atmosphere. When you put yourself in rooms where people think bigger than you, it forces you to elevate. When you surround yourself with people who have done what you are trying to do, it removes the illusion that it is impossible. Proximity to greatness breeds greatness. Some of you need to do an audit of your life right now. Look at your phone. Look at your contacts. Look at your social media feed. Look at the 5 people you talk to the most. Are they pulling you up or dragging you down? Are they challenging you to grow, or enabling you to stay the same? Are they celebrating your wins or secretly hoping you fail? Be honest with yourself, because your future depends on the honesty you are willing to have in this moment. Fear has been lying to you your entire life. Fear told you that you were not smart enough. Fear told you that you did not have the right connections. Fear told you that you were too old, too young, too broke, too whatever. Fear is the greatest liar on the planet, and you have been believing every word. Today, right now, I need you to fire fear. Terminate the relationship. Fear has been your advisor long enough, and look where it got you. Let me tell you what fear really is. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. It is your mind creating worst-case scenarios that have not even happened yet. You are afraid of something that does not exist. You are paralyzed by a future that might never come. Think about all the things you were afraid of 5 years ago. How many of them actually happened? Most of them did not. You spent all that time worrying for nothing. All that energy wasted on imaginary problems. Fear is a thief. It steals your time. It steals your opportunities. It steals your joy. It steals your purpose. Every time you let fear talk you out of something, you lose a piece of your potential, and you cannot get that back. The opportunity you were too afraid to take. The business you were too afraid to start. The person you were too afraid to talk to. The move you were too afraid to make. All of those moments are gone, and fear is the one who took them from you. But here is what nobody tells you about fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being afraid and doing it anyway. Every brave person you have ever seen was scared. They just refused to let the fear make the decision for them. They felt the fear in their stomach. They felt their hands shaking. They felt their heart pounding. And they moved forward anyway. That is what I need you to do. Feel the fear and move anyway. Fear also disguises itself. Sometimes it does not show up as fear. Sometimes it shows up as procrastination. Sometimes it shows up as perfectionism. Sometimes it shows up as overplanning. You keep saying you are getting ready to get ready, but you never actually do anything. That is fear wearing a mask. It is pretending to be preparation when really it is just avoidance. Recognize it for what it is and call it out. You have spent too many years letting fear run your life. You have spent too many years playing small because fear told you the stage was too big for you. You have spent too many years dimming your light because fear told you people would judge you if you shone too bright. That is over. Starting today, fear no longer gets a vote in your decisions. It can ride in the car, but it does not get to drive. It can sit in the room, but it does not get to speak. You are taking your power back. You have got to jump. At some point in your life, you are going to have to jump. You cannot just stand on the cliff of opportunity looking down forever. Yes, you might fall. Yes, you might scrape your knees. Yes, it might hurt. But I promise you, if you jump, your parachute will open. It might not open when you want it to. You might free fall for a while, but it will open. Most people spend their whole lives standing on the edge. They look down and they talk themselves out of it. They say, maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe when I am more ready. But readiness is an illusion. Nobody is ever fully ready for the next level. You just have to decide that where you are going is more important than the comfort of where you are standing. The jump is the hardest part. Once you are in the air, everything changes. Your instincts kick in. Your creativity kicks in. Your survival mode activates, and you start figuring things out that you never could have figured out while standing safely on the cliff. Sometimes you have to be in free fall before the solutions appear. Sometimes the answers only come when you have committed to the leap. I think about all the great things that have happened in my life, and every single one of them required a jump. Every single one of them required me to leave something comfortable for something uncertain, and I was terrified every time. My hands were sweating. My voice was shaking. My mind was screaming at me to turn around and go back to safety. But I jumped, and I am standing here today because of those jumps. When you jump, you inspire other people to jump. Your courage permits the people watching you. Your children are watching. Your friends are watching. Your community is watching. And when they see you leap into the unknown and survive, it gives them the courage to do the same. Your jump is not just about you. It is about everybody connected to you. It is about the legacy you are building and the example you are setting. Some of you have been standing on that cliff for years. You have been thinking about it, planning it, dreaming about it, but you have not done it. And every day you stand there, the cliff gets more comfortable and the jump gets scarier. Do not let comfort become your prison. Do not let safety become your cage. The life you want is on the other side of that jump, and the only way to get there is to leap. So take a deep breath, close your eyes if you have to, and jump. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. I will start when I have more money. I will start when the kids are older. I will start when I get the right opportunity. I will start on Monday. Monday was 6 years ago. The conditions will never be perfect. The road will never be completely clear. You have got to start messy. You have got to start scared. You have got to start broke. You have got to start confused. But you have got to start. Perfectionism is just fear in a fancy outfit. When you say you are waiting for the perfect time, what you are really saying is you are afraid to begin. There is no perfect time. There never has been, and there never will be. Every successful person started before they were ready. They started with imperfect plans, imperfect resources, and imperfect circumstances. But they started, and that made all the difference. Look at a baby learning to walk. A baby does not wait until it has perfect balance before it takes its first step. It just stands up and goes for it. It falls. It gets back up. It falls again. It gets back up again. And eventually it is running. That baby did not have perfect conditions. It did not have a plan. It did not have a manual. It just had a desire to move forward and a willingness to fall while figuring it out. You do not need everything figured out before you start. You just need to know the first step. That is it. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You just need to see the first step and have the courage to take it. The second step will reveal itself when you get there. The third step will appear after that. The path unfolds as you walk it. But it cannot unfold if you are standing still, waiting for the whole map. I talk to people all the time who have been planning for years. They have notebooks full of ideas. They have vision boards on their walls. They have spreadsheets, timelines, and research. But they have not done anything. Planning without action is just daydreaming with extra steps. At some point, you have got to close the notebook and open the door. You have got to stop researching and start doing. The world does not reward perfection. The world rewards action. The world rewards the person who has the guts to put something out there. Even if it is not perfect, you can always improve it later. You can always adjust along the way. But you cannot steer a parked car. You have got to get the car moving